One. We have liftoff.
Hop aboard as we connect the past with the present and also look to the future. The future! You'll engage with the artists from your youth, the bands and performers you know and love. Hold on tight as Classic Artists Today presents
Sitting in with the cat.
This is Ray White at Classic Artists Today. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Sitting In with the Cat. A great show this episode featuring Billy Sherwood of Yes. Also, he has bands Circa, Arc of Life, The Prague Collective, and you'll find them on many other albums. A little later in the show, we look back at the marvelous career of the late Christine McVie of Fleetwood Mac, who recently left us. But let's kick things off. Billy Sherwood is Sitting In with the Cat. We're here this week with Billy Sherwood, who's played with Yes for many years and also who's worked on several hundred projects. How's it going, Billy?
Going great, man. How are you? Thanks for having me here.
You had several solo albums throughout your career, and the last one was Citizen and the Next Life. How do your solo albums differ from going into projects with others and forming bands with others and doing the tribute albums?
Well, solo albums are just that. You know, there's no one around. I don't have to ask anyone's opinion. I can take an arrangement completely off the rails and do something crazy with it and just kind of throw paint on the canvas, so to speak, and just get creative in that way. Whereas when I'm working with bands, you know, I'm dealing with other musicians who have their opinions, and I respect that. So we start working together on things and forming things in a bit of a different way. So they differ by virtue of other people being involved and how you work together. And being in bands is about give and take, and you know, sharing opinions and moving forward, trying to create one vision out of those opinions. And the solo project is again, as I said, you know, I've often said it's kind of a selfish thing, the solo projects, because I enjoy not having to ask anyone their opinion and just doing what I want to do. But I also enjoy working with bands and getting those opinions and getting, you know, feedback and bouncing off of someone to create something and ending up with something unique by virtue of that, you know. So there's a different process to both.
Now, Citizen in the Next Life, one tune we liked a lot was We Shall Ride Again.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites, too. I wrote that about Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday and all that sort of era of the West. And it's just got a really interesting driving vibe to it. I like that song a lot.
Now, as you mentioned, on all the bands that you've been a part of and the tribute albums, you've done, I would guess a dozen or so tribute albums, working with so many people.
I think I counted, I was at like 60 or something.
Wow. That's crazy. Well, you know, with so many people on those albums, do you basically, are you a key element of putting together these albums and of also going out and asking the other musicians to play on them?
Well, I'm key in arranging everything and getting the table basically set so that the guests can just come sit at it and put their input in and play and you know, they don't have to do the heavy lifting of starting and making the record from scratch. So I try to make it as easy for these guys as possible. As far as going after people to be on the record, I know a lot of people and have a pretty extensive black book, so I have access to a lot of artists who are willing to play ball because we've done so much over these years now. And then I also have a ally in a gentleman named John Lappin, who I work with at one of the labels, at Cleopatra, that I work for. And his thing is connecting dots in that way too. So between the two of us, we seem to have access to anyone we were thinking about. And then it's just a matter of whether they want to be involved or not.
Well, again, throughout your career, I could sit here and talk to you all day about all the people you've played with and all the projects, but certainly the progressive rock genre is one that you've been very successful with. Have you tried other elements of music throughout your career?
Oh, yeah, I've done other things that, aren't so much, quote, on the radar as other things. I've done some orchestral work with 65-piece orchestra scoring, things. And I was also in the jingle world for a while. When I left Yes in 2000, I went into jingles and did a bunch of those. And I've produced some country artists and gotten into that field a bit, and also did a fusion record working with the fusion jazz guys. So I kind of don't close the opportunities. I'm very happy to dive into any genre of music because I'm comfortable with music, and music is a universal language. It's just how you apply the spices and the elements and the tones, So being able to engineer things, I think, also makes that a little more doable than maybe for others, because I can get the sounds to be in the right genre for the instruments and bring those components to bear. So yeah, I've worked in a lot of different genres, and I produced Motorhead, heavy metal. It doesn't get any heavier than that. So
really,
and then all the way to writing songs with Air Supply, which is the other side of that spectrum, and pop. And so yeah, I'm quite happy to work in any genre that anyone's looking to invite me in to work with them on, but mainly I stay in my lane just because I love progressive rock music. I find it's the one genre where I can express myself the best,
Well, Billy, it's certainly been a pleasure having you on the show today, and wish you continued success here as we get through these trying times.
Take care, brother. Thank you.
Hi, this is Chris Dre of the Yardbirds.
Hi, this is Rich Williams of Kansas.
Hi, this is Robbie Krieger from The Doors with more classic artists today.
Thanks to Billy Sherwood, hanging out with the Cat. Coming at you now from his latest effort, Arc of Life. All Things Considered from the Don't Look Down album. Right here on Sittin' In With the Cat.
As we know it, and change.
Hi, this is Billy Sherwood of Yes, and I am sitting in with the cat.
we are one constellation. The celestial sea, the ocean of humanity. Know that you play a sacred part, as deep as your heart can feel. And however far that you may roam, you are one step from home. Only one road for us. Turning the corner, challenging everyone to come together again. What if then through life lessons learned we may return and our strength watching the new day come, calling to everyone. Restore, head in the heavens, yet with feet firmly on the ground. Inspired by the dreams for a new way of living. No longer can we ignore the depths of all we truly are. And now and before we may roam, we are one step from watching the new day come. Where could we ever go where their light would not follow? Along the western edge we go. Beyond the window, moving, cry up to the sky above. The celestial sea, the ocean of humanity. Along the western edge, know that you play the sacred part, as deep as your heart can feel. And as long as your dreams might carry you on, sing up to the sky. Along the western edge, through opal flame and starry eyes, all that is a ship back light. Just behind the rainbow stand, beyond the storm clouds end. No, however far you may roam, you are the lasting edge.
Billy Sherwood's been playing on and off with Yes since 1994. He became a regular member after Chris Squire's passing in 2015. You just heard Yes's latest album, The Quest. That tune was The Western Edge, released in 2021, right here on Sittin' In With The Cat. Yes, yesterday. from their From a Page Live from Leon release. That was, yes, Owner of a Lonely Heart.
You know all those cool retro band t-shirts they sell at Hot Topic? Well, remind your kids that we wore them first. Classic artists today.
I'm sad to report we lost one of the great singer-songwriters of our times. Christine McVie of Fleetwood Mac passed away on November 30th, 2022. In this segment of our show, we look back at her career and we kick things off. A track from her 1970 album, the legendary Christine Perfect Album. I'd Rather Go Blind. This is Christine McVie.
Something told me it was over.
Christine McVie's first album as a full-time member of Fleetwood Mac was Future Games back in 1971. You just heard Show Me a Smile from Fleetwood Mac right here on Sittin' In with the Cat. Christine McVie brought us so many memories throughout her storied career. That song was one of her largest ever, Songbird. That was from Christine's last solo effort, Songbird, a solo collection released in 2022. Be sure to tune in to a future episode of The Cat where we look at Christine's career a little bit further. We thank you for joining us on this show. Thank you to Billy Sherwood for joining us. Be sure to tell your friends and family and check out our past episodes too.
To learn more about Sittin' In With The Cat and the great legacy bands and performers we feature, visit us at ClassicArtistToday.com. That's ClassicArtistToday.com and our Facebook and Twitter sites too.